As you know, I don't do any clickbaiting on this channel. But I've been looking at the rankings, especially for the WBC. And it looks like Shakur Stevenson still doesn't have a dancing partner. And so when you go through who's between him and Frank Martin, there's Lomachenko, who pretty much just said no. There's William Zepeda, who said no in the past, but we'll see what happens this go around. And we have Isaac Cruz, who we know is trying to get a Tank rematch. So at this moment, Frank Martin is 1-0 away from fighting Shakur Stevenson for the WBC belt. Just one. That's it. If William Zepeda declines again, then it's up to Frank Martin to say yes or no. But he's that close. We are that close to seeing that fight. I looked at the rankings, and you can see what Lomachenko is trying to do. I think Lomachenko is going to try to go the WBO route. He's right there in the WBO, so I think that's going to be his route to get a belt. As far as Zepeda, it looked like Zepeda would probably go the IBF route. There's a few people ahead of him, but when you think about the fact that Isaac Cruz, if he's chasing the Tank fight, he's not really trying to petition the IBF. Lomachenko is going to take himself out of that race by going to the WBO. And if Frank Martin agrees with Shakur, which is probably what William Zepeda would want, then he would be fighting Gustavo Limons or whatever, or something like that, or somebody in the rankings for the IBF. The Gustavo Limons guys, and I'm butchering his name, I know I am, but he's fighting somebody who's like 30-10 on the 18th. So it's not far-fetched that those guys would turn down the fight knowing their intentions. Lomachenko is trying to get a title. Of course, Isaac Cruz trying to fight Tank. And then Zepeda's right there in line for a title of his own with the IBF. So it's up to Frank Martin to say yay or nay at this point. But we are very close to that fight. I do not think that Devin Haney is coming back down, especially if he wins. If he wins, he's gone. Coming down is only if he loses. The moment he wins a belt, I don't think he want to be beltless at this moment, because I don't think he wants to be avoided. If he has a belt, he can at least have people challenge him for the belts, and he can at least live off his mandatories. So I don't think he wants to be beltless at this moment going to 140. I think that's what we're seeing right there. He definitely doesn't want to drop the WBO belt because the WBO guarantees him the mandatory at 140. But if he wins this belt from Regis, we can see Devin go ahead and committing fully to 140 and not coming back to 135, and then these belts are going to separate. And you could kind of see all the players falling in position to what belt they want. And so those are my thoughts on that, and I really think that we may get Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson next. And again, this is just looking at the rankings. You can check them yourself. I'll drop some pictures in the video.